Hey there, good afternoon. Happy Monday. I hope everyone is having a good start to the week. I feel like with the people that I have had the opportunity to connect with this morning, it's been a little challenging for a lot of people out there. And it seems a bit tumultuous. So I wanted to come on and just lend a message for the week and some insight. So where I am, the wind is blowing, but the sun is shining beautifully. And so I always look to nature, to the animals that are around me, and kind of the elements that create the building blocks of life to give me insight as to what might be happening from an energetic standpoint. And so, hey, Corey, how are you? You are probably in warm sunshine, and I'm in cool sunshine. So, with the wind blowing, it's a great indication that we are clearing and detoxifying and leaving some of the old energy behind, or stories behind that we are no longer that are continuing to limit us and that we're no longer needing. And so as you move through your day and things come up for you, whether it be emotions or thoughts or different aspects, take a moment and kind of ask yourself what insight you can get from those experiences in regards to what is trying to wiggle loose in the subconscious of your mind, or in your old stories of what you've experienced in your life thus far, that you're ready to let go of. There's a massive push, and I think last week in my video I spoke about feeling like we were being drawn through this keyhole. And today as I was thinking about how can we describe what we're feeling right now, and today it feels more like we are like a corkscrew, and we're being we're being twisted and contorted and moving through this very uncomfortableness in our lives. And for some of us it's physical, for some of us it's mental, for some of us it is an emotional aspect. And so, depending upon what season of your life you're in, what season of your day you're experiencing, you could be having several of those aspects, or a couple of those different aspects coming forward and creating some uncomfortableness for you. And so, as always, the answers to what's happening are held within us, right? I've been saying that for a very long time. And today I want to share with you a couple of ideas to help you move through the holidays, because as we all know, the holidays often amplify what it is that we're feeling, because the people that we choose to do life with are not only there to love us and for us to love them, but they're there to help us see our shadow aspects of ourselves. So they, again, bring out the best and worst in us. And that's kind of on purpose. That's what we're here for, is to make adjustments and to learn from, at a soul level, how we can create better community, how we can love more effectively, more efficiently, more deeply. And in order to do that, we have to make room and space in our world to love more deeply. And we do that by removing the stories, removing the baggage. And so if you have been listening and moving inward whenever you can, trying to just take inventory of where you're at in the moment, so being more present and being more mindful. Maybe you have a deeper practice and you drop into meditation, or maybe you spend time out in nature on a consistent basis. These things help us to more readily move into a space where we can be observant, more readily move into a space where we can shift the vibration or the frequency of what we're experiencing, because we're becoming more and more aware that we create our reality and we create what tomorrow will look like for ourselves. depending upon how pure we are in terms of our baggage, right? How pure we are in terms of our thoughts. We have over 70,000 different thoughts per day. That's a lot, 70,000. And we don't keep track of those thoughts, obviously. And so the more we can purify our past, the energy that triggers us from our past, the cleaner we are and the more efficient we are in creating what it is that we want, and in creating more joy and pleasure in our life, right? Because ultimately, I think that's what we all want. So my tip for you today is to make a list of things that raise your vibration, raise your frequency, raise your level of joy in any given moment. It may be looking into the eyes of a child. It may be looking out at the mountains. It may be gazing at a picture of the beach. It may be connecting with a pet. It could be just enjoying a wonderful cup of tea, right? But make a list. We're familiar with making that gratitude list, but make a list of things that bring you comfort, that bring you a level of joy. Because when you find yourself struggling, when you find yourself sad or processing, that's what we're doing. We're processing. So many of us right now, we find ourselves like in an uncomfortable emotion, and we don't know why we're there, because we can't really put our finger on anything that created that difficult emotion, but it's very real and we feel it. And what's happening is we're trying very hard on a energetic level and a cellular level to release, and to kind of suffocate the source of that lower frequency emotion in our makeup. And so we have to allow this to happen, and we have to intentionally support it in its happening. And so having these things that we know feed our soul, they really touch us in a deep way. They very quickly shift our frequency. And that's really important, because when our frequency shifts, that means the energy that we emanate out into the room, the energy that we share with our child or our parent or our customers, people we've come into contact with, it's much higher and it's much more open. And there's a greater flow that's healthy and strong, and it creates stability in ourselves, in our families, and in our community. So make a list. I'm interested to see. And if you're comfortable, I'd love for you to share one thing in the comments that just instantly can pick you up, instantly can move you out of one emotional space and into another, or instantly can shift your mindset. And then point number 2 is to just be observant. Be observant of where you find your mental mind taking you in any given moment in time. Riding in the car, when you are walking in nature, right? Our minds tend to wander, and it's really helpful if we can get into or create a habit of watching where our mind takes us, and down what rabbit holes does that mental mind of ours bring us. Is it bringing us to how we can be of service to others, how we can self-love and nurture ourselves, how we can raise people up, or is it a lot of self-criticism? And the knowing of this is very powerful, because then we get to use our free will to change and to shift that. All right, and so I'm going to end this video here, and I'm also, as I end, I'm going to remind people that we've got a great BOGO coming up this week if you are an oiler. So take advantage of that. Reach out to me if you have any questions about that. And throughout the week, I'll be giving some tips on the frequency and the energy of some of these oils, and how amazingly appropriate they are as we move through this transitionary period towards our winter solstice. We have a powerful energy building that's helping us with all of these transitions and transformational processes that we're in on whatever aspect of ourselves that may be, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual. And as I was looking at and sitting with and meditating with the oils that we're aware of that are coming in this BOGO box, I was really intrigued and excited to see them come forward, because they're exactly what we need to help ground us, support us, and protect us as we move through this massive, powerful, and really amazing in so many ways movement towards greater light in ourselves and on our planet. All right, have an amazing rest of your evening, and I'll see you very soon. Thanks for being here.